First time using the Sleep Cycle app in about a week. Quality of sleep, 83%, not too bad. It's called Sleep Cycle. I'll write it on here. It's a pretty good app, if I'm honest with you. Quality of sleep, the stages you go through with sleep. I think it tracks your breathing throughout the night. So obviously, as we're in a deeper sleep, our breathing changes. When we're in a light sleep, our breathing will change again. And of course, when you're awake, you have some sort of different breathing pattern throughout the night.
It's cold out.
Starting my day off with my usual meal number one. I've gone through this so many times, unreal. 2 whole eggs, 300 milliliters egg whites, mushrooms and asparagus with some anabolic mustard on top. Also gonna take some vitamin C, 1000 milligrams of that. I haven't done a supplement video. I don't think I've done that yet, so I might implement a supplement video. This is the first day where I'm feeling shit. Normally I look forward to the day, getting on the day, but I woke up this morning feeling fairly shit. I know, like the motivation for me to get on with the day is just not there today. And I think that's a part of the prep, unfortunately. I think that's kind of what happens when you start losing body weight, when you're quite lean for a period of time, when you're digging deep. If anyone's in the same situation as I am right now, it's okay. Let's try and keep our head up. Let's try and tick the boxes and keep going. And yeah, I'm just feeling fucking shit this morning. I'm sitting here just thinking, I can't be fucked to get up. It's not normally like me. I'm normally fucking out and about, like done my 10,000 steps already by like 8 o'clock in the morning. I think the best thing to do when you're feeling like shit, you're feeling quite tired, is to remain on your feet and just keep your mind busy and just keep generally busier throughout your day. I've got a client, Brad, he won't mind me saying this, and what he would do, a long day at work, then he'd come home, sit down, eat his food, then the thought of him having to get back up and go to the gym, he was like, I literally cannot be fucked. But what I told him is, why not just scrap going home and having your meal? Instead, whilst you've been on your feet for that long, or that period of time whilst you've been at work, let's just go to the gym from work. You're on your feet, you've been on your feet for about 10 hours, whatever it may be. Let's do another hour or 2 on your feet, and then you can sit down and just relax. And from a stress management standpoint, really worked. And also his performance in the gym, because he's been like on his feet all day, so he's kind of used to it, is so much better. So what I'm going to try and do now is just try and keep my feet and try and keep proactive. Aim to TK Maxx because they sell just little bits, you know, just little bits, your little diet bits. So they've got some vinegars and shit here. They've got like your salts. You've got your pink Himalayan salt. They've got loads of just random shit, which I quite like looking at. Your nut butters. Got like your ketchups and stuff. They do some mad stuff in here. Became a big fan of coffee whilst being on prep, and they sell like a whole stash of like coffee, different types of grades. All this kind of weird old shit they've got in here. So they do this skinny syrup with foam topping, caramel flavour, and the macros, literally zero everything. It's 0 calorie stuff. Really good for dieting and stuff like that, if you ever want to implement something like this. I'm not going to implement it. For someone out there, this might look absolutely pain for you. You might go, oh, that's a bit of me. That. Another one I found is mocha syrup, sugar-free syrup. Macros as well, there's nothing in it, so that can go straight in a coffee if that's something you're into. See, little bits, just little bits that make me smile. Fantastic. What is going on? I'm fucking nuts. So fast forward a few hours, we are on the way to the gym for a leg session. Shock, it's all the time, it's just bloody legs, hit it with me. So be prepared for a lot of screaming, a lot of shouting. People do say, that is cringe, George, why are you shouting, why are you screaming? Come train with me, come motherfucker. And you just come out of a session and just experience it. If you don't finish that session, not saying oh look at his fucking thing, he's Billy Big Bollocks, his legs, all that, his legs are shit. Just come and train, and then you'll find out why I scream and shout, for example. So I wanted to dive into quickly. I don't want to be sitting here fucking talking too much to you, because I'm sure you don't give a shit. But my mindset whilst I go to the gym, normally people might just drive to the gym and just think about, I don't know, having a wank, or you know, having sex with a bird or whatever it may be. But when I drive to the gym, I'm thinking about, and this might sound weird as fuck, people might just think, just drive to the gym, George, just be normal. But I think about being on stage right now. I think about hitting those shots on stage. If you're not going on stage, potentially think about what you want to look like in your head. Like, we all have a kind of vision in regards to what exactly your physique wants to look like. Just picture that in your head. And for me, that motivates me enough to go into the session and just kill it without any stims, without all this and all that. I am taking pre-workout today, but just, you know, casually just thinking about having a wank or something like that. No idea why I've spoken about this just now, but I hope it's helped someone. Probably not. Oh, it says 30 miles an hour. It's going to be a slow. Oh, fuck's sake. Warmed up to begin with on the Stairmaster for about 5 minutes. Then I'm just warming up on the pendulum, just taking my time. I'll do anywhere between like 6-7 warm-up sets before I actually start my working sets. I also do the abductor machine, purely because my glutes are quite weak and I need them to start firing when I need them to be working within the movement, if that makes sense. There's a phase within like any squatting phase where you should be using your glutes. Your glutes are very powerful, they're the biggest muscles in your body, and if they're not activated, you know, you're not going to get the most out of that movement. So I would recommend starting on some hip adduction, or abduction I should say, to get those glutes firing, because that's something which my glutes never fire, and it's a weakness for me which I do need to work on for sure.
I've heard about numerous drillings. 9 out of 10 they're fibbing, skilling, tired of the Honda Vision. Won't find me on the side road chilling. Might see me in the dance with sauce on spill. That spared you spilling. I made what you made in facts. Rats got made in ends and a ped, and I didn't have to deal with no packs. How can you be on this bando thing, but you still owe tax? No thanks, I ain't got time for the romance. Only got time for the love of the dough. Me and bro just call it dough. Plans setting it straight, it's all for the cake. I ain't got time for the war. They giving me hate but they can't violate. I'll step round there for the cause. Not about that, let me switch up the flow. Goes hearing the bars, he said that I'm hard. Feels like M, you could blow. I ain't got time for these hoes. All of that's lame, is not for the fame. I do it for the love of the dough. Oh shit man, I said that twice. I ain't going up old but it might be bro. He's pepping up white like rice. They're seeing the peas but it went with ease. They don't know half of the grind.
So we moved on to a single leg press. I think single leg presses are really, really good. If you want that detail from the side shots, so your side shots, just look at the separation between the quads, the glutes, the hamstrings. Fantastic movement. So how I would essentially program this is I would have one rotation with like a close stand leg press, wide stand leg press based upon your current weaknesses and goals. Then I would implement a session or a rotation where you have one leg at a time, single leg press. Really, really good. They're fucking hard. Don't expect to be loading, you know, 3-4 plates each side unless you're really, really strong. They are really hard. Focus on getting as much depth as you can, exploding out that hole and keeping constant tension, so we don't want to lock out here. Do 15-20 reps, see how your quads feel, see how your legs feel afterwards. I promise you, you're going to be a little bit fucked up. If you're not doing it right.
Remember them times with Lav way back in we were pedaling round. Then you got hands on the zip where piss cause the pigs them spinning it round. Told bro just step on the gas and don't look back till we hearing the sound. You put more funds on bud than your mum and you're sitting there feeling it how? I'm baffed. How many times has crashed? He made it free, don't learn. Estate stairs where me and the act. So much got popped. Done did it in the flats.
So that was my session rounded up. Probably one of the hardest sessions I've had. Like I said this morning, I felt absolutely tired. I woke up feeling like shit, quite lethargic, quite tired, and it transitioned into my training, believe it or not. Like my strength, my performance, or the loading I was using, I was dropping off quite drastically. I found that my rest periods were a lot longer than what I usually do, and I got to the gym about about 3:15, and the gym closed at 6. I didn't even get to finish my session. That's how long my session was, like 2 hours 45 minutes, and I still didn't even finish the session. The recovery demands are quite high for me right now. I'm struggling between set, like I need to rest a little bit longer. Probably the first time I've actually felt this whilst being on prep, quite lethargic, quite tired. But like I said, this is prep. This isn't meant to be easy. This isn't just a walk in the park and yes, look at me, I'm progressing my numbers and getting to lean body, like the leanest I've ever been. No, it's not going to be as easy as that. It's going to be fucking hard, and I'm willing to still give it my all. I'm still willing to absolutely prove everyone wrong, because there's people messaging me saying, you actually proved me wrong, George. And I know you're watching me and going, nah, he ain't got it in him, he's going to bottle it. But believe me, I'm going to prove some people wrong, and the feeling of proving people wrong, we've all been there before, it's fucking immense. Like, so my post-workout is going to be some mushrooms, some rice and some egg whites, and the parents are having A good old curry. Well, you put this in the oven, do you?
Yeah.
Oh. And Marks and Spencer's chicken madras and jalfrezi. With this stuff, nice. And there's my post-workout. Big bowl of just shit. Would you eat that, Mum?
Well, yeah, I reckon I would.
No, you wouldn't. What are you going to say to your fans quickly?
Oh, hi everybody. I'm George's mum. I'm really happy what he's doing. Very proud of him. He's going to do it and he's going to win it. I've got all my pride in him. He will do it. I like that beard.
You don't like the beard. You said it's too long.
No, I love the beard.
No. I'm going to keep it for stage. You can keep it on the stage or shave it off. Normally people shave their beard. Or
no, be different.
Yep.
As Arnold Schwarzenegger said.
Oh,
what did
yeah.
he say? What did he say? What's the saying?
I can't remember the saying. What is the saying?
You don't want to be same as anyone else.
That's
you want
it.
to be different.
Yeah.
So be different. I'm very proud of him. He's gonna do it. He's gonna nail it.
First
Nut in your head.
Nut in the fucking game.
Nut in the game.
Morning, well, good afternoon, good evening, good night to anyone that is watching. It is the 5th of May. We are 14 weeks out. Hit a new low this morning of 150, three quarters, which is 0.9, which is a new low for me. Feeling and looking like a skinny little girl, but it's all good. Very much just, as I always say, ticking the fucking boxes, man. This might sound weird to some people, but if you're on a treadmill, if you're walking, I did sports massage for 3 years at uni, so I hopefully know a little bit about this shit. So when it comes to walking on a treadmill, if you're walking on a treadmill right now, this is something that you need to try. A lot of people will just walk and apply pressure on the heel. So if you're walking right now, you'll really just, you know, add weight to the heel. But as we're taking a step, what essentially we should do is we should transfer the pressure to our toes. So how I would imagine this is, imagine you had, you know, like fucking chewing gum on your heel, and you try and you step in it and it's kind of like gooey, and you apply the pressure onto your heels, onto your, I knew I'd start stuttering left, right and centre. It's just typical me, innit? But you'd apply your pressure into your big toe or into your toes, because if you sit there now and try and wiggle your middle toe, you probably can't do it, because you know you're not used to connecting with your toes like that. So that's kind of how we should walk on a treadmill, or how we should walk as humans. And a lot of people will just apply pressure through their heel and wonder why they've got, you know, a poor connection with their feet, or they've got really sore fucking heels. So just try that. That's something which you should be doing whilst walking, believe it or not. I knew I'd stutter. I was like, try and explain this as best you can, George. But shock, stuttered, and I ain't doing it again, so fucking deal with it.
How much pressure is it when there's a camera in your face?
Proper. Oh. I'm still learning how to use it.
So surprise, well not surprised, but guess.
Only half it.
That's why you have to buy a tripod, mate. But guess who's back? Long time no seen. This is our first session this year. We ain't trained this year.
Nah, I doubt it.
Nah, we ain't. Nah, I've only seen you twice this year.
Yeah.
Properly.
Yeah. Well.
And it's May. That's bad.
Yeah, but
that can't happen.
Yeah, but you've been with your missus for the past 6 weeks. I work Saturday nights now, and so I work 6 days a week. So find time between us, and also you train a lot earlier.
Yeah.
And
mate, if I train at the moment, if I train at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I'm fucking dead. Right
I
now.
know. I don't blame you, because when I was in prep, I was training about 5. I was in bed by 10:30, 11. Like it's not the best thing to do. Training. It's not the best thing to do training late. I'd love to train earlier, because when I train around 2 or 3 on the weekends, I have a lot better sessions to train at 6 and 7.
Yeah.
Because
like the thing for me going to the gym at 7 is fucking. I can't be fucked.
That's the thing. Like when I train about 7 o'clock, to actually get motivated to do that first set is a bit like long.
We're going to Physique's gym in Hemel. You haven't been before. I've been. It's really good gym, really kitted out, nice, good, different pieces of kit, which is good, and
So
like
hard to find these days.
best quality, really good quality. Atlantis kit and stuff like that. We are taking Nave's first time taking MV Pre 2.0. I'm taking it for a second day in a row, which is something I shouldn't be doing, but fuck it, I don't care. What's your thoughts on that? My eyes were the exact same. My eyes went like that. My eyes were just fucking.
Oh, that's really lemony.
Yeah.
You ever had one of them Lemsip cough syrup sweets?
It's like that. It's literally like that.
Yeah.
It's like, it tastes like you know the sherbet sweets you have with lemon in the middle?
Yeah, it's really strong.
Lemon sherbet, is it?
I've ordered the cloudy apple. Is it? No, candy apple. I've ordered the candy apple one, so when I get that, you can try that one.
Oh, fucking hell.
That's the only 2 flavours they do, innit? Oh.
You going body power?
Yeah.
What day are you going on? Saturday?
Just Saturday.
I'm going just Saturday.
What's up guys, and welcome to today's voiceover. I always voice over in this gym because I always get copyrighted in my videos, and it's very annoying because this is a little bit of pocket money from what I do, and I'll be honest with you, and you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I've said that in the past, but this is a really good gym, Physique's gym in Hemel Hempstead. Pieces of kit are fantastic, like a load of Atlanta stuff, load of new hammer strength kit, really kitted out. It's just unfortunately it's got that new kind of gym environment where everyone kind of keeps themselves to themselves. It's quite quiet from that standpoint, but it's still very much a good gym, has a potential to be a wicked gym, and it's in the town centre as well, which is a bit of a pain because you've got to park in the town centre car park and actually walk into the town centre to get to the gym. A little bit annoying for some individuals, but today's session was really good. I love training with Nathan because he's a lot stronger than me, and that keeps me motivated for sure, because what I do when it comes to training with individuals is it allows me to kind of pick apart my weaknesses and my strength. So there's going to be particular movements where my strength might not be as good as what it is compared to Nathan's, and there's particular movements where, for example, let's say my narrow grip Smith press, it is a lot closer than what it was, or a lot similar strength to Nathan. So you can identify your weaknesses and strengths when having a training partner. We started on this Atlanta Smith machine press, or high incline Smith machine press. Really good movement. I like to prescribe a high incline instead of a real upright kind of horizontal press, because I just think it provides more benefit. It's much more safer on the shoulders. A lot of people who press really up high run into so many shoulder issues, and I just don't think it's productive enough. Like, what's the point in finishing a set going, oh fuck me, I felt that in my rotator cuff? Where if this is such a much more comfortable press, you can take it through its fullest range of motion without getting any sort of niggles or injuries in your shoulders. So as you can see, me and Nathan press slightly differently. I normally go a little bit deeper, but Nath says that pressing is comfortable for himself. So again, kind of experiment with both. If it's uncomfortable what I'm doing right now, as you can see on the screen, then don't fucking do it, and if it's more comfortable how you would do it Nathan's way, then do it that way. We then moved on to a hammer strength chest press. Now, as you can see what I did then, the clips, I had clips underneath the, I don't know what you'd call it, underneath the little cushion bit it's got at the back there. I got that from my coach AJ. Essentially why I do that is to just it's really hard to get it out the hole within the first movement, and if you have anterior deltoid pain or any rotator cuff issues, it's a great way of just avoiding that first repetition, getting it up. But my exercise cues here, or tips, is again, we can see how me and Nathan press quite differently. He's more, how can I say it, more narrow with his hand placement, and his elbows are slightly more flared compared to mine. But what I would recommend here is trying to press back into the pad as you press away with the weight, if that makes sense. So stay in lock position, scapula retracted, of course, chest nice and high, feet planted on the floor, and just literally press. We then moved on to a weighted dip, and I nearly, if you look at this next rep, I'm so close to getting that 5th rep, which was really annoying. As you can see here, I was like, come on George, nearly had it. But with this, as you can see here as well, Nathan on his phone to the missus and checking himself out in the mirror, flexing as well. What a twat. But the depth, I'm kind of showing you exactly, Nathan's pointing out kind of how I'm performing this exercise and how deep I'm going. Again, I don't think going crazy deep is going to provide a benefit, because you're going to run into some elbow issues, some forearm issues I've had in the past. So I've been quite smart with it. However, you still want to take it through a really good full range of motion, because some people want to load like 60 kilos between their legs, and the dips are absolutely fucking horrendous. So that's something which I want you to take as well. Going into the side lateral raise machine, probably the best one that I've ever used. We did 3 sets of a 10 to 15. Then on our final set, we did a rest pause set. So we went to 3 failure points using the exact same weight. We used roughly a weight we could use for about 10 to 12 reps. We performed that to failure. Then we took 5 deep breaths. We went to failure again. So in my case, I got 12 reps, I got 7 reps, and then I got 5 reps. So how can I explain this? We took a set to failure for 12, took 5 deep breaths, went to failure again, I got 7, took 5 deep breaths, and then we went to set again and I got to failure again and we got 5 reps. Moved on to the Atlantis chest fly. I have bicep issue. I feel this in my bicep quite a lot, and I just think that's just due to the issues which I have, which I do need to work on. But really good machine, keeping shoulders back. We then moved on to a narrow grip Smith machine press. Again, elbows tucked here, and that's pretty much the end of this session. Really, we was rushing for time, but overall, really good session. Really happy with what I done, and ticking boxes.
So session rounded up, had to rush at the end. I fucking hate rushing at the end. Really, I like the gym down there, it's really good. Unfortunately, I can't do like raw clips because it fucking gets me copyrighted every time I'm in there. Nate, think the gym was good?
Yeah, it was actually alright. One of the best gyms around. That's what he said. He's been to many gyms and he's individually picked stuff. Like he said, some hammer strength kits are better at, say, like he's got the Atlantis pec deck because that's better than the hammer strength pec deck.
Yeah,
whereas
so it's one of the better ones I've used.
Quit, Scott. Whereas the side lateral was better than the other one, vice versa. So it's nice how we go to gym where he's picked everything like to preference.
Yeah. Did some he critiqued my posing and stuff like that. Afterwards, what he pretty much said is that I'm trying too hard, if that makes sense. It should be more fluent and just natural. And I think that's just because I'm inexperienced when it comes to posing. Like, I haven't been posing for that long. If anything, I've been starting to do 2 rounds in the morning this week actually. So luckily I've got 14 weeks to kind of fix that up. But he taught me a few little bits and bobs. He says I need some massage work because my rear lat spreads and stuff like that, I'm struggling to contract my lats, and that's due to just anterior deltoid kind of tightness and shit like that. So I do need to get some massage work on my quads as well, and mainly my lats and delts. But I think with posing, just keep practicing, and I'll slowly, I think, will get better and become more fluent instead of me trying to, you know, fucking kill myself in every single pose that I'm doing, contracting myself.
It's what we said.
Yeah.
The leaner you get, the less you have to contract.
Yep.
The more you do it, the more fluent you get. It just comes in time.
Yep.
It's all you have to do. But as I said, get the massage. It'll sort you right out.
Yeah.
Because everything will be more open. And it's also what he said about when you're doing like a certain thing, like a low lat row. Pretend you're going into like a rear lat spread or something.
Yeah.
Or so when you pull back, squeeze, contract. It's like when you're doing other stuff, like a pull down. When you pull down, imagine you're going to a back double bicep. Pull down, you squeeze. Everything's about contractions. So close to show day, start focusing on stuff like that.
Yeah. Fucking hell, my arm's aching holding that camera. Yeah, towards the end of the session I was fatiguing like very quickly, like I weren't 100% there, but it is what it is. What do you think that pre-workout, by the way? Good?
Yeah, I'm still tingling.
Yeah, still tingling.
It's really good. Lovely flavour as well.
Flavour's nice, yeah. I'm not too bothered about flavour, but anyway.
Nah, flavour's a big thing for me because in some pre-workouts, it's like candy, go that way. It's candy floss flavour, but it tastes of shit. It just tastes of chemicals. It tastes of shit.
So just editing this video, it is 24 minutes long, so hopefully that's a little bit longer for my friends that are doing cardio. If you've watched this whole video, then comment down below mug. Just having my decaffeinated coffee first thing in the morning. Hope you all had a good bank holiday. Hopefully you're not sitting here going, fuck me, I'm hungover, feeling like a little bit of a mess. Hope everyone is okay. Thank you for watching my videos, much appreciated. Be on the lookout for some videos this week, of course. I'm trying to upload Wednesday and Friday for you guys, so make sure you look out for that. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're new around here, all that kind of good bollocks, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.